In this video, I'll reveal a few secrets to making excellent brioche buns, assemble mini burgers out of them, and even a super mini burger. And I'll also feed my guests regular burgers. There will be a lot of burgers in this episode.
Tiny burger in my hand, smallest treat in all the land. Bite so big it disappears. Where'd you go, little dear?
Let's go. Start by preparing the dough for the buns. You need to take some milk, slightly warmer than body temperature, and add yeast to it. Then wait for it to activate, about 10 minutes. By the way, the exact ingredient measurements can be found in the description. Now let's prepare the flour. Sift the required amount, in my case 350 grams. I always sift the flour. Sifting makes it lighter and enriches it with oxygen, which improves the dough's texture. Then I immediately add salt and either sugar or honey. I mix it all together and pour in the milk and yeast mixture. Let's add the remaining ingredients: olive oil and 2 eggs. And knead the dough thoroughly. Now, for the bun to be called brioche, you need to knead in some butter. Literally, take the butter and rub it into the dough. You need to do this in parts. At some point, it may seem like the dough is about to fall apart, but keep kneading for 3 to 4 minutes, and it will come back together nicely. So, once you've finished kneading, the dough needs to rest. I'll coat the edges with olive oil to prevent the dough from sticking to the sides. Cover it with plastic wrap and leave it at room temperature for about an hour. It should rise 2 or 3 times in size. Oh yes, the dough has turned out great. It's time to shape the mini buns. A little hack. To make the buns the right size, you can use a mold to make them taller and more attractive. If you don't have a mold of the right size, you can make one yourself from foil. Fold the foil 4 times. Then wrap it around an object of the size you need, and you'll have a great mold. Let's make a few more molds for the buns. For comparison, I baked some buns with a mold and some without. So to save time, I'll show the results using editing magic. Now we assemble the buns and place them in the molds. It's important to leave some space around the edges of the mold. Brush the buns with egg yolk and cover them with plastic wrap for another 10 minutes. Now, let's place our buns in the oven for 15 minutes. Bake the first 3 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius or 356 degrees Fahrenheit. Then reduce the temperature to 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's an important tip, because it's the small details that will take your burgers to the next level. To keep your buns soft, place a tray of water or ice at the bottom of the oven. I think you could smell the buns in the neighboring town. The aroma is amazing. After brushing the buns with butter again, wrap them in plastic and cover with a towel for another 10 minutes to make them soft. Thanks to the magic of editing, I'll immediately show you 2 results: how the buns turn out with and without the mold. Visually, there's a big difference. The smaller the bun, the harder it is to shape, especially if you have sausage fingers like mine. The mold, however, gives the bun a nice shape and height on its own. We'll start with the sauces. For both beef and chicken, I use a classic sauce: finely chopped pickles, a bit of onion, mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, garlic, and salt and pepper to taste. While I'm preparing the sauce, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I post new videos several times a week to help you improve your burger making skills and learn something new. Thanks in advance. For the toppings, I'll be using onions, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, and iceberg lettuce. Let's quickly chop them up and get ready to prep the fish, beef, and chicken for assembling our mini burgers. So, let's finally get to the burgers. For the first type, I'll be using ground beef. I decided to season it with salt and pepper right from the start. For the fish burgers, I used square cod fillets. They were too large, so I cut them in half. I'm using tartar sauce for the fish burgers, and I've already explained how to make it in the video about Donald Trump's favorite burger. I also made some mini chicken burgers. Mini burgers are a great family-friendly option and perfect for parties, especially when there's a variety to choose from. Some people prefer chicken burgers, others like fish, and some stick to the classic. In the meantime, let's fry our mini patties and assemble the burgers. Assemble the mini burgers in almost any order. This burger can be eaten in 2 bites and won't fall apart while you're eating, which is very convenient. The only rule is, if you think the burgers might sit on the table for a while, please pour the sauce on the lettuce instead of directly on the bun to keep it from getting soggy. Now let's assemble more burgers. By the way, I made the fish burger without breading. It's not exactly like a filet-o-fish, but it's quite similar. Just as tender and tasty, but without the breading. The chicken burger is made the same way as the very first one, using the same sauce. To be honest, this is one of my favorite sauces, aside from the berry ones. I also made a super mini burger. Assembling and eating it was a pleasure. I've never made such tiny burgers before. Make them for yourself or your family. You'll definitely get rave reviews, especially from the kids.
Little bun, little fun, one bite, then it's done. Tiny patty makes me smile. Tiny burgers stay a while. Size don't matter, that's the truth. Big flavor in a tiny booth. One more bite, I hear you say. Tiny burger made my day.
Along with the mini burgers, I made about 10 regular ones. With the magic of editing, I'll show the results. Perfect weekend with wine, burgers, and friends.
Tiny burger in my hand, smallest treat in all the land. Bite so big it disappears. Where'd you go, little dear? Lettuce leaf the size of a dime. Pickle slice so thin it's fine. Ketchup drop on a sesame seed. Tiny burgers all I need. Little bun, little fun, one bite, then it's done. Tiny patty makes me smile. Tiny burgers stay a while.
Thank you all for watching. We're currently working on a lot of videos in different styles about burgers, celebrities' favorite burgers, new recipes, secret techniques. So subscribe, and you'll be able to learn a lot of new things and have a little fun. See you soon!